Today on the channel, things are getting primal with the DC Primal Age. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for a different video today. Something we've never unboxed on the channel and something I never thought I would be buying, but here we are. Here's summer of 2021, the summer of being crazy, and that's exactly what I am doing here. Amazon Prime Day, we all know Amazon Prime Day. There was deals to be had, and I was a sucker for a deal. A fool in his money, as some might say, but I saw these. They were $5 each, these figures. I said, you know what, I'm going to buy them. They look cool. They look like they might fit with my Masters of the Universe figures, and we'll compare those later on in the video. And then I saw this beast, and same thing. I said, this might be a good background character or something like that. All in all, we're about $20 spent for this whole set right here, shipping included. I felt like you really couldn't go wrong at this point. But I've seen these DC Primal Age figures out there before. I've also seen their version of horror ones, Freddy, Jason, that kind of stuff. They also had Thundercats ones. I've seen them at GameStop. You saw these ones specifically at Target very heavily. To mixed reviews. I believe Funko makes these, who makes the Funko Pop vinyls. They made these. A lot of these went to clearance. Deep clearance on these. I don't think they did very well. Obviously, if they're going to clearance, they didn't do very well. And I saw so many of these figures from the Thundercats line, the Freddy Jasons, broken in the package and still hanging on the store pegs. It's like, especially GameStop, you're a pretty small store. You look at your inventory on a daily basis. You see a broken figure in your box, you should probably take it off the shelf. But I saw that at numerous GameStops in my travels. Broken figures just hanging on the pegs. Like, who's going to spend $15 on one of these with the legs broken in the package you can clearly see? That's part of GameStop's issues they have sometimes. Dusting, another one. Sometimes they should maybe dust their shelves a little bit. Just pro tip from somebody that's worked retail and been around retail for, gosh, 27 years. Can you believe that? How old am I? I'm not as old as you think, but I've been around a long time. I started very early. Anyways, let's get down to it. Let's do it like we normally do it. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to see where it goes from there. This could be really cool, or this could be just the hottest of garbage. We'll see how this one shakes out. But we're going to start with DC Primal Age Aquaman, 5.5-inch scale, your typical He-Man Masters of the Universe scale. That's what these figures represent, and I know a lot of people buy these to smoke and mirrors and put them with their He-Man figures. So there you go, there's Aquaman. And when I had this on weekly purchases, I talked about it. Aquaman, for me, this is Aquaman. I grew up with the Super Friends version of Aquaman. You guys know that blonde, clean-cut, orange shirt. That was the Aquaman I grew up with, but I always thought he was an extremely stupid-looking character. I thought he looked like a big dork. I always said, what is Batman and Superman and Flash and Green Lantern hanging around with this guy for? He just does not fit. So I didn't like that. But then in the 90s, there was DC Total Justice figures. I was all in on the Total Justice. I was buying those. And then they had the figures of Aquaman. And that was when Aquaman got to the next level. He started growing his hair out. He lost his hand in a shark battle, I believe it was. And he had a harpoon as a hand. I mean, that's Aquaman. They had to toughen that guy up to bring him into the 90s. And I'm not sure how he is now. Is he clean cut now? I haven't followed Aquaman since the mid-90s. Never been really close to the character, but thought he looked much better when he got a little scruffier, some beard, some hair, just a little bit more attitude to him. That's what he needed, and that's what we're represented here, so I do like that. Packaging is very thin card, very He-Man, Masters of the Universe packaging inspired as well, about the same size packaging all around. Obviously not the same color scheme, patterns and stuff, but it's some of that. On the back, we're promoting some of the other figures out there. We got King Shark, Mr. Freeze. Those are the two that catch my eye the most. But then, of course, you got the Green Lanterns, Batman, Wonder Woman's of the world. Some of the other DC ones. You got all the warnings down below, as we see with most figures. But interesting. Very interesting. Like I said, I would have never given these a second thought. I saw them on the shelves all the time. But for $5 a piece, I felt like I really couldn't go wrong with this one. So we'll see what we're getting ourselves into. Made by Funko. I mentioned that earlier. Let's see. This carding is extremely damaged. So damaged it just ripped off there. See you later. What do we got? What do we got here? Let's see. Let's get down to it. See you later up high. All right. So there is no elbow articulation, no knee articulation. It's typical Masters of the Universe style packaging. What's going on here? No soft goods. I thought maybe this, gosh, I don't even know what you call this wrap around him. I thought that was maybe soft goods, but it is not. The hook is not movable. I mean, there's not a lot going on here. I thought maybe this hook could be removed or rounded around. Let's see what he comes with. Oh, he comes with his staff. See you later. Is this from Poseidon? I'm not sure what this is exactly from, but it does fit in here. Maybe. Come on. Gotta want it. There it is. Put it in his hand. I mean, this is, I don't know. It looks okay. I don't know if everybody would see this and think to themselves, oh, there's Aquaman. I don't know if a lot of people would, especially out of the package without it saying Aquaman, without it saying DC, stuff like that. I don't know if it has... Yeah, I don't know. $5 about what this is worth to me. Not a lot of articulation. It's almost a quirky thing. It's kind of like, oh, I remember He-Man type figures. There's not really a lot of articulation, not a lot of playability with this one, unfortunately. There is no pegs in the feet. I thought there might be peg holes. I was going to use a ringside stand. Not going to have that case either. I don't know. The detail's all right. I don't know if people customize these. Maybe you could. The mold's pretty standard mold for these kind of figures, and a lot of reuse, I'm sure, throughout the lines here with just some different head sculpts and different attachments to it. But I mean, he's got some detail to him, like his leg gauntlets got little fins on him. He's got the green flap here. His loincloth, whatever you can call it. He's got a belt. He's got a cool squid armor on the side here. He's got the white hook here, which is kind of cool. I wish it was maybe more of a gray, a darker gray. I think that would have looked better than the white. It does have a crown with spikes on it. We talked about his little staff. He's got gauntlets on his arms. So he's got some stuff. I mean, there's some bells and whistles here. It looks like he's got a shark tooth necklace going on. I don't know. What do you guys think? It doesn't light my world on fire. It's okay for $5. But I think these were originally like $12.99, $14.99. I don't feel like there's enough value, enough meat on the bone at that price for me. It looks like he might be hard to stand as well. Maybe I can kind of use that staff as a tripod for him to make him stand there. So, I don't know. Aquaman, he's barefoot too. I didn't mention that, but not a lot of bells and whistles with this. And like I said, I don't have a deep connection to Aquaman. Maybe if I was a huge Aquaman fan, I'd be all in. I'd say, oh, this is the greatest interpretation of all time. Maybe. Doubtful. But is what it is. But $5, once again, can't go wrong. The other one I jumped on was Scarecrow. A villain, as we all know, in the Batman universe. I felt like a Batman figure would look weird with He-Man if I was going to smoke and mirror some of these in here. I felt like Scarecrow looked like a generic bad guy enough that would fit, it would make sense. And once again, I think if you look at this outside of the package, I don't know if you would say, oh, that's Scarecrow from DC. I don't think you would. I think you just think it's some kind of random minion, random bad guy, I think is what you'd see. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I interpret it there. There's the package on Scarecrow. Same thing. Same package. Same back of the package as well here. I don't know. Is what it is. Is what it is. Scarecrow, an interesting villain in the pantheon of villains with Batman. Batman probably has the best rogues gallery. I'd say him and Spider-Man probably have the best rogues gallery out there. I'm more of a Spider-Man. I was always more of a Marvel guy. DC really lost me after Super Friends as a kid. For whatever reason, they struggled. Just didn't capture me. Maybe it was because of the animated series of the X-Men and Spider-Man, and the Fantastic Four, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man. That was really my powerhouse, wheelhouse era. And really the only cartoons we had from DC were Batman the Animated Series. And I watched it every day, but it just never really stole my heart, and I did let it go because it didn't really... I don't know. It seems sacrilegious. I know a lot of people swear by it. They think that's the best Batman ever. I just didn't. I watched every episode. I watched it every day. Like I said, it just didn't do a whole lot for me. For whatever reason, it just didn't capture me. But I know most people, I'm in the minority on that. But let's open up old Scarecrow. I'm just waiting for, gosh, so bad packaging. See you later. These are all bent up. I mean, $5, you can't ask for mint card, I guess. I'm just worried one of these are going to break. See you later. Because like I said, I always saw them broken in the store, in the package. So I wouldn't be shocked if I had that. But no, everything's good. Same articulation as Aquaman. No pegs in the feet. And he's got his flap on the front. He does got kind of that He-Man boot, loincloth type hairy thing going on. He does got a cool cape that is removable. I mean, you could pull that off if you wanted to. He's got a hood, almost Skeletor-esque hood. It almost looks like a alternate version of Skeletor, like a paint variant of Skeletor is almost how the Scarecrow looks, really. Very cool. He's got his long, sharp claw nails, kind of a skeleton-like face. I mean, it really does look like kind of Bizarro World Skeletor to me. Let's see what we got in here. What's going on? We got weapons. We got a shield. We got a see you later. He's got a shield. There you go. A little bird on it there. And then he's got a, what is it, scythe? I know we had that discussion one other time, but something like that. Ooh, it might have to be some work to get in his hand, though. The handle is very big and his hand grip is very tight, so I'm going to have to work on that. But that's very good attention to detail. Very rustic looking. It's got the wood handle, and it's got rope around the end. And then you got the blade, and it's got dings and dents in it like it was made out in the middle of the forest. That is pretty cool attention. A lot of attention to detail for being a cheaper figure. Even on the shield, a lot of attention to detail here. So like I said, $5. I was all in on both these. I actually like the Scarecrow a little bit better. I'm kind of surprised. I thought Aquaman would look really good. Aquaman doesn't have a good tan to him, but I should say, too, he spends most of his time under water, so he kind of looks like a big prune. You know, he prunes up. He's in the water all the time. That's what happens. But Scarecrow, very solid. I actually like Scarecrow more, and I think he fits in a He-Man display a little bit better than Aquaman would. I do have Battle Armor He-Man right here handy. Yeah, exact same size, a little bit bigger, but that's okay. I think you can smoke and mirrors these guys together all right. I don't hate it. I don't hate my purchase. For $10 for these two, I don't think I did bad. If I could just get them to stand up. I wish they had pegs in their holes. That would be great if I could use ringside stands for them, but not going to happen. Not going to happen. Can I get them to stand here together without falling down? I'm sure they'll knock over, but... all right, figures right there. But now let's get to the Joker Beast. We'll have one of these guys ride the Joker Beast. Let me unbox him here. Get him undone. But there it is. It's kind of like, looks like a big lizard. Very similar to Panther, Battle Cat, the Griffin. We know a few of the He-Man riding monsters or friends, I guess, in Battle Cat's instance. Joker gets his own beast, which once again, these would look great on, I could see people just buying this and putting this with their He-Man figures of old, because it does smoke and mirrors go together. So there it is. What is this thing called? It's called the Joker Beast. Primal Age. So they did have a few different riding vehicles. Wasn't there like a big dog that Batman had, or a wolf or some sort? So there's some of that stuff going on. Got the Joker on the side. I don't have plans to pick up the Joker for this, I don't think. Unless he was $5. Same thing on the back there. All black on the bottom. And then you got the back. Same as the other figures on the back, really. Got warnings down below. It's just promoting the other lines. What do we got? It's promoting Ace the Bat Hound. Okay, that's the one I was talking about. Ace the Bat Hound. And then you got the Joker Beast. Interesting. Let's get him out. Let's see what's doing here. Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. Come on. There it is. See you later. Goodbye. Little plastic cardboard prison. I kind of like the scene. It's like in a scene in the background. I like that little display, a little action there. That's all right for me. Can I get him out here with some scissors? We're taped in. We're bolted in. They don't want this guy going anywhere. See if I can just cut out the middleman and cut this wire. There it is. Got it out. See you later. Goodbye. Uh-oh. And yeah, right out of the package, we look like this, whatever this is, broke. So, perfect. Oh, yeah, right here. This would be the, of course, the strap that goes around him. So, yeah, I don't think this is going to do me any good here. So, once again, very cheap, very brittle plastic. This, you can tell, brittles up over the years. It's not as flexible as it should be, probably. But broken. The strap to have the harness broken right out of the pack. Gotta love that. Oh, knocking things over. It's going south in a hurry, guys. Going south. No articulation here? I thought there was articulation. What the heck? No articulation. It looks like it's articulated, but it's not. Wow. So it looks like the legs move. It looks like the mouth moves. Nothing moves on this thing. It's just basically a big paperweight. It's all right. It's a cool looking beast that you could have He-Man fighting. You could do stuff with this. But I guess I assumed it was articulated of some kind. Luckily, this does fit on here. It'll stand just right on there like that. You don't necessarily need to lock him in around there. I guess it's more of a visual thing. So that's good. That's good. We got He-Man here. He-Man can ride this just fine. I mean, that scales perfectly. So, once again, I think this one would be the best one. If I was a Masters of the Universe collector looking at dabbling into this a little bit, I would get something like this. This would be a great one. You get a couple of these and have a bunch of guys riding these. I think that would make a lot of sense. Obviously, I'm sure these guys fit very well on here, of course. Yeah, Actually, the He-Man Master Universe figure fits better on here than the actual Primal Age figures. But it is what it is. A little bit of hot garbage like we see here. See you later. In the garbage. Get out of here. A mix of hot garbage and okayness. I think this lizard is the best thing here. This could be used in a lot of different ways. You could put this with your Star Wars figures. You could put this with almost any figure line. You could smoke and mirrors this in there. That's always what we like to do. We do that smoke and mirrors action. Or you can put it with your Primal Age figures. Obviously, that's what it's made for with your Joker. For me, it'll be with my He-Man figures. I think I can find a way to get this in here. This thing's going to be attacking Castle Grayskull on my display, maybe. I'll find a home for it. But for under $20 shipped for all three of these, you can't go wrong. As hot garbage as some of this is, it's all right. It's all right if you ask me. But like I said, what do you guys think? Did you pick up any of these? Did you pick up the horror ones, the Thundercats ones, the DC ones? What say you? Did you pick them up, and what did you think of them? I really do like this one, actually. Even though there's not a lot to it, I think it works out all right. But what say you? Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You've already left your comment. I know you have. So, yeah, there it is. Not a whole lot more to say about these Primal Age figures. I don't think I'll be dabbling in anymore. I think this is where it ends. But we'll see. You never know what might happen. But for the Primal Age, I'm Kyle. I will see you guys all real soon.